Hi guys, today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk about music, but we're not going to talk about the music that we're used to here. We're going to talk about pop music and a lot of music that was big when I was a lot younger, as I didn't really know a lot about rock, metal, like alternative. So we're going to talk a bit about the fandoms I had when I was younger and about pop music. I apologise if the lighting in this video is really weird. It is awful weather here in the UK. It's just been storming all day. You can probably hear it. And so I'm trying to get a bit of lighting, see how this works. Hopefully it'll get better as I do it more. And yeah, so if the quality of this video is a little bit off, I'm trying. And I also want to apologise for there being such a big gap in between my videos recently. I've had quite a lot of stuff going on with my work. I am going to do like a bit of an updates video just to kind of explain where my life is going because it's changing again. And yeah, when I know more about it, I'll let you know more about it. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to talk about 10 pop acts that I have had some sort of fandom for, I've really gotten into. They're kind of listed, but kind of not. The top 3 are definitely like the big 3 fandoms I have for pop music. Yeah, anyways, let's just get cracking into it. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the Backstreet Boys. In the 90s, boy bands were huge. They were everywhere. They were boy bands probably in every single country, and you know, you picked your fandoms, you picked your favourite one. My favourite Backstreet Boy is Kevin. An unusual choice. I just think he's the best singer. He has like 3 lines in their entire career, but those 3 lines are beautiful. And he just, I think he's the best looking one, not gonna lie. And I just really liked him, and I still do. So Kevin from Backstreet Boys, yes. I just really liked the Backstreet Boys for their like fun element, even though they were the more ballad of the boy bands. I think in the 90s, you know, the whole like where was your fandom lies. If you were more of a ballad person, you probably liked the Backstreet Boys the most. And my favourite Backstreet Boys song is Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely. That is just a gorgeous song. But of course, you know, like Backstreet's Back and Larger Than Life are great party songs. You can put that on, everyone's dancing, everyone's happy. And I Want It That Way was a really good song when I was DJing to finish a pop night on, because it'd be like a big sing-along time, but it'd be like slowing down, but everyone would be singing, so everyone kind of know it's the end. That was great for that, and I think they were a lot of fun. They weren't my favourite boy band, we'll get into that in a bit, but they were definitely one of the boy bands that I preferred out of the huge like selection that there was. Next I'm going to talk about Bewitched. Bewitched were an Irish band who just came out of nowhere and just took over for like a few years. They had, I think it was 6 number 1s in a row, and they were just massive. I have seen them live, and they did the big reunion TV show, and I went to see the tour, so I saw Bewitched there. Sadly, I never got to see them actually back in the day. I never got to go to a concert until I was 12, I want to say. I never saw any of the bands that are acts I'm going to talk about, you know, back in the day, which is kind of upsetting, but yeah, this is life. Bewitched, yes. Anyways, Bewitched. So their big song is C'est La Vie, which is amazing. That is another party song. You know it's like Fun and Games is coming on. They also have some really nice ballads. To You I Belong. It's beautiful. That's probably like a song that I would consider for a first dance for a wedding. So not that I'm getting married anytime soon, but if I ever did, I'd probably suggest it because it is just a really beautiful song. I really loved Bewitched. I had their albums. Sadly, I don't know where they are now. They seem to be one of the few things that I owned that have just vanished over time. And it's really sad, but Bewitched. Double denim all the way. Yeah. The next band is another boy band, and it's the big American boy band debate. Do you prefer Backstreet Boys or NSYNC? And I prefer NSYNC. I'm sorry if you're a Backstreet Boys person and that upsets you. They were just better. They were just better, really. Like their songs are so upbeat and fun, and they're just the general vibe of NSYNC just appeals to me more than the Backstreet Boys. My favourite member of NSYNC is actually JC. I think he's the most talented. His voice is beautiful. I didn't really have a crush on any of the guys in NSYNC, but their songs just appealed to me more. Like Bye 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 is such, again, dance floor anthem. Yes, I love that song to the point where like I'll kind of do the dance routine when it comes on. Like I've been known to do like the whole stomping with the arm in the air and things like that. And I just think they're really upbeat. All their upbeat songs tearing up my heart. It's great. Pop is great. I Want You Back, great. I just really liked them. They were so much more fun, so much more energetic, and they were just better. Sorry, Backstreet Boys fans, they were just better. And they did, start Justin Timberlake into the like pop god that he is today. I'm not huge on Justin Timberlake as a solo artist, but definitely out of solo artists that are still going, he's got an impressive career, and I'm not angry when his songs come on. I enjoy them, but they're not the best. So yeah, swings and roundabouts. Next artist I'm going to talk about is a solo artist, and that is Anastasia. She was quite big again in like the early 2000s, maybe like 99 kind of time, and with her big breakout song was I'm Out of Love. She was just a woman with a big, powerful voice, and from what you know of my metal fandoms, I quite like that. So she really fits the mould of what I want in a voice, and I think that's why I went through quite a phase of being obsessed with her. I just would listen to nothing but Anastasia for some time, and she is just amazing. Yeah, Left Outside Alone is a really good song by her. Cowboys and Kisses, it's good. She even did a song with Ben Moody of Evanescence, and that was really good. It's called Everything Burns, that's what it's called. I got there eventually, and she's just a really impressive, powerful voice. She's doing a lot of breast cancer awareness at the moment, so she's not only is she a talented person, she's also a good person. She's getting the word out there. She has suffered herself, and sadly that's kind of why she dwindled out as a singer, but she deserves more love. Listen to Anastasia, just listen to all her singles, even if you don't bother buying her albums or anything. Just YouTube them. She's great. The next one I spoke about a little bit before, and is my guilty pleasure in modern music and kind of in life really. She's not normal for what I like, and that is Nicki Minaj. I can't help myself. I haven't really kept up to date with her, but the album Pink Friday is one of my favourite albums of all time. I am obsessed with that album. I just really like her. My favourite song by her is actually Moment for Life, which is one of her more chill songs. And Your Love. I love Your Love as well. Her kind of more chilled out songs on that album are really pretty, but I do like it when she gets aggressive. And I think that even though she goes over the top and she's one of those artists that really annoy people, there is a genuine talent there, and she's just really fun. And when Super Bass came out, I got a bit obsessed with that song, and me and my friend started doing the dance routine for it. There's a video of us somewhere doing it, and I'm sure you'll never see it because I ain't putting it on this channel, but there is evidence somewhere out there on the internet that me and my friend decided to do a dance routine to Super Bass by Nicki Minaj. And we used to listen to her all the time. This one friend, he totally got me into it, and he is just the reason that I have any sort of Nicki Minaj fandom, because I would have never heard of her, I don't think, other than when she got played on nights out. I was not really bothered with her, but he totally got me into her. And so she just reminds me of him, and we did a lot of listening to her, and I got really obsessed. And I can do some horrible white girl rapping, but I'm not going to embarrass myself. But yeah, I like Nicki Minaj. The next person I'm going to talk about is also a modern day, well, not modern day, they're still going now, but when I got into them again, it's kind of their first couple of albums that I really got into, and that is Lady Gaga. Now, she is one talented lady. People got really surprised when she did that performance at the Oscars of Sound of Music, saying, oh my god, I can't believe Lady Gaga can sing, and I'm like, yeah? Well, have you missed this? Have you missed this? Speechless. What a song. So beautiful. She did a live performance of it. I think it was at the Royal Variety show, and that was the thing that really like made me step back and go, wow. And it made me want to buy her albums, and I ended up getting the Fame Monster album, which has the Fame and like all the songs that she kind of did to follow up that but didn't quite make an album on it. That is a great album. Buy that CD if you're interested in Lady Gaga at all. Bad Romance is amazing. And like even just like the tracks that aren't even that big, like some of her more like lesser known songs are all just so much, there's so much effort put in there. She's definitely a strong contender for like the big modern day diva. And I just like her as a person as well. Like she seems like such a nice, likeable person, which is something that you need really in your artists, especially nowadays when like it seems that every 10 minutes the like pop stars or movie stars of the day are having some sort of drama and it just takes over the world. I can't be dealing with all that. Next one is one that is, again, someone who's still kind of going now, but I was there from the beginning and I kind of got to a point where I stopped being such a fan, but my fandom was huge at the time, and her first album is one of my favourite albums of all time as well, and that is Christina Aguilera. She is amazing. Her first album, I love it so much. Listen to the song Obvious on that album, I love it, amazing. I have 4 of her albums, I want to say. Is it 4? Ooh. And my favourite song by her of all time is actually Hurt. Even though it's not on that first album, which is her best album, it is my favourite song by her. You can just feel the emotion and the passion. And what I like about Christina is even when she does an upbeat song like Dirty, there's still killer vocals in there. And my like pop music jam, like the one pop song that I just need to come on a night out to make me so happy is Lady Marmalade, the version with Christina Aguilera, Pink, Maya and Lil' Kim. And Christina Aguilera in that, oh, just like, I've probably killed my vocal pipes so many times, like on a night out, trying to do that performance. I just think she is so talented, and the raw passion and power that comes from her is amazing. You can feel every emotion, and she just really impresses me. You know, she's had a few ups and downs recently, and I haven't quite stayed on track with her career, but I enjoyed her so much when I was younger, and she was probably one of the big influential voices like from a young age that kind of got me singing. Like, I'm not saying I'm an amazing singer or anything, but she was definitely one of the artists that inspired me to want to be able to sing, if you understand what I'm talking about. Next is, with these last 3 are like the big super fandoms that I was obsessed, and this one is Destiny's Child. I absolutely loved Destiny's Child. I was obsessed. And I can remember listening to them on my CD Walkman on many a journey. I would just take Destiny's Child album and go. They, like their first couple of albums, again, I kind of stayed till the end because they're gone. But their first couple of albums, The Writings on the Wall and Independent Woman, no, is it Survivor? What's their second album called? I own it, it's somewhere in the other room. The white one with all 3 of them on the cover. Those 2 albums I listened to so much. The album that I can't remember what it's actually called, I feel like it's Survivor now, I listened to so much that the CD is kind of ruined and I can't really listen to it that much anymore, but I still own it and treasure it. I really like Brown Eyes, that's a nice song by Destiny's Child. Emotions, that's a good song by Destiny's Child. And I think, again, it's the whole big, powerful female voices. My favourite member is Kelly Rowland. She's my favourite Destiny's Child. Which, you know, sadly she's not the one who's made it as big, but she's still got a pretty good career for her. I really like Michelle Williams, but I don't understand why people have such a thing against her. Yes, she didn't do as much as the other 2, but she was talented still, and she's a Christian singer, I think, now. She's like gospel kind of thing, but she releases albums still. And good on her, you know. She genuinely stuck to the religion thing, because that was what Destiny's Child, you know, were to begin with. They were really religious. And so, you know, at least someone stuck to the theme. And Beyonce. I know we have to go there. I like Beyonce as a singer. I'm not that keen on her solo stuff. I can remember someone bringing in one of her solo albums to a shop I used to work in, and we listened to it and I thought it was really boring. She's just, I don't know, like it's just not quite there. She's just really dull to me as a solo artist, which is gutting because she is such a talented lady, and I think the stigma behind her and just the whole fandom and the craziness, I just can't keep up with all that. And so I'm just going to pretend that Beyonce was only ever in Destiny's Child and enjoy that. And then just, yeah, after that they all just kind of retired and went home and did whatever it is they want to do, because I just can't cope with the whole Queen Bee thing. I don't think Lemonade is that amazing. I've listened to quite a bit of it. I don't think a lot of her solo songs are that amazing. Crazy in Love's probably the best solo song Beyonce's ever done, and that's because it basically sounds like a Destiny's Child song. Yeah, anyways, I digress, let's move on. The second biggest fandom definitely was the one that was the earliest fandom and was the one that kind of took over the most, I would say, even though I wouldn't say it was my biggest. It wasn't my favourite, but it's definitely someone who's they're all in my heart. I love them. They can do no wrong. Well, maybe except for one member, we'll get into that in a second. And that is the Spice Girls. I adore the Spice Girls. Of course I do. I'm 26 years old and I'm from Britain and I'm a girl. I am the exact target audience. I was 6 years old when Wannabe was released in the UK, and I was hooked from that second on. I had videos of them, I had outfits, I had the shoes, I had the dolls, I had postcards, stickers. I had Spice Girls stuff. A lot of Spice Girls stuff. The movie, I still own the special edition of the movie with postcards of each member on DVD. I got it quite recently, actually. Well, I say recently. I got it recently in my life in the scale of when Spice Girls were cool. I still have all their albums. I did stay with the Spice Girls till the end. You know, I have the Forever album. I have the Greatest Hits album that they released a few years ago. I sadly have never seen the Spice Girls, and I don't think I ever will, because they are expensive. If I remember correctly, someone told me they bought a ticket for £100 to see the Spice Girls. I don't have £100 to go see the Spice Girls. Not that they're together anymore. But my God, do I love them. I genuinely just will watch live shows of the Spice Girls on YouTube now as an adult and just love every second. My favourite Spice Girl is Sporty Spice, Mel C, Melanie Chisholm. I love her. I think that she is the best singer by far. I think that she is the prettiest. I think that she is probably the best person to grow up out of all this. Like, she's definitely the one who hasn't been in all the dramas and, you know, seems like just a nice person. And I love her. She is my favourite. My least favourite Spice Girl, and I will get on to what I was meaning for, is Geri Halliwell, Ginger Spice. I think she was the weak link in the Spice Girls, and I don't think she could sing as well as the others. I don't think she could dance as well as the others. I love her. Like, I do still love her because she was in the Spice Girls, and I loved them all. But especially now as an adult, I can see the downfall of Geri, and I understand completely. And her solo career, what was that? At least Mel C had a good solo career. Emma Bunton had an okay one as well, but the rest of them kind of had poor ones. I mean, Victoria Beckham, This Tune's Gonna Punish You, that will stay with me forever. I hate the fact that people say that Victoria Beckham can't sing. She can. I just don't think she can sing as well as the other 3 Spice Girls that can really sing. Sorry, Geri. You know, she's not as good as the 2 Mels and Emma, but she can sing. It's there. I don't understand why everyone hates her so much as a performer, as a pop star. But yeah, she's such a media darling anyway that she's got away with it now. Spice Girls. I don't think I really need to recommend songs, do I? I mean, Spice Up Your Life. That's probably my favourite single. I really like Move Over. That's a great song. Naked is a fan favourite song, and I agree. It's gorgeous. Just listen to the Spice Girls. I love them so much. And number 1, it's probably going to be no surprise. I think I've talked about them quite a few times on this channel. and that is the boy band of all boy bands. The love of my life as a child was in this boy band, and that is Five. I loved them. I can rap all the 5 lyrics like a sado. I can admit it's pretty sad. I am the only girl rapping away when they come on in a nightclub. I've seen it. I've seen people looking at me like, what is that girl doing? How does she know the lyrics? Because I loved them. Again, I had like the postcards, I had books about them, I had video, you know, I had the merch, I had the dolls, and in year 7 you opened up my locker and in there was a picture of who I believed was my future husband, my first big celebrity crush, Scott Robinson. I was obsessed with him. He was just dreamy to me, I guess, that's the word I'm looking for. I really liked him. I had, you know, all the stickers and postcards and things of him, and I just really wanted him to realise I was alive, but that was never going to happen. Again, I have all their albums still. 5 songs that I love. Until the Time Is Through is a gorgeous song. One of the songs that I love just for how hilarious it is Inspector Gadget. Listen to Inspector Gadget by Five. It is so funny. It got used in the Disney Inspector Gadget franchise, I do believe. And it's great, you know. I want to start rapping but I don't because I ain't good. I'm about as good as the members of Five. And I saw them at the big reunion and I was so happy. Yes, there was only 4 of them. Jay, you've broke my heart a little bit because I did really like you as a kid. He was my 3rd favourite. I have ranked Five in the order of 5. It used to be Scott, Sean, Jay, Abs, Richie. Now it's obviously, you know, Jay's lost his 3rd place ranking, has gone to 5th. I don't know really why that order was so important to me, but it was. And yeah, I just really liked Five. They are that boy band. They were like the hard boys. They were the controversial boy band. They got into the newspapers for being quite bad. And so like I can't really like them for being good people because they weren't. They were kind of... They were the bad boys, and I fell for the bad boy appeal completely, and I still love Five to this day. Again, their Invincible tour video, someone has managed to upload it onto YouTube, and I have watched it so many times. It's crazy how many times I've watched that. But I just really loved Five, and I still really love Five. And 2 members, Scott and Sean, my favourite 2 members, went to one of the bars in Scarborough. And I was there from 9 o'clock waiting for them. They didn't come on till like midnight, which was kind of annoying because we got till 10. And I waited and waited and waited, and there was all these like freshly 18-year-olds stood around me, like just kind of being like, keep on moving. And then it's just me like, no one fan over here. And we got told we were going to do meet and greet. That didn't happen. So my dreams of Five have kind of slowly been crushed the older I've gotten. But I still love them so much. And Scott and Sean, if you ever see this video, just know that I was there rapping away for you. Because you 2 aren't the rapping ones. You could have got me up there on stage and I'd have done all the raps for you. I am that bad. And like when I was watching them on the big reunion, because they were the reason I watched the big reunion. Of course I liked the other bands who were on it, but Five were on it. That was, you sold me. Sold. And when they were saying like, oh, I can't remember the lyrics, or I can't remember the dance routines, I was just sat at home like, how do I know all these lyrics and these dance routines? And the people who were behind this song don't. So yeah, that's just a little bit of fun video talking about the pop fandoms I have had throughout my life. Of course a lot of them are from when I was younger, because I only really knew about pop music when I was younger, and I just feel like the pop music was so much more fun back then. It's kind of gone a bit dreary nowadays, and I'm not quite up for that, and it's a lot of dance remixing nowadays. I have some dance acts that I enjoy, like honourable mentions I guess, because Aqua, amazing. 2 Unlimited, I'm a little bit obsessed with and I shouldn't be. And I kind of have a weird fandom for Rick Astley, even though he only has 1 song. You don't really, Rick, I know, but like, that is the best song of the 80s, Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. I don't care that people hate it for the Rick Rolling thing. So I have like weird pop fandoms, and I do appreciate a lot of pop music. There's some pop artists, that are big now that I don't hate. Like, I don't hate Taylor Swift like everyone else does. She's one of the better ones out there, at least musically. Like, I don't think she's a good person or anything, but I'd rather listen to her than, like, Rihanna. I can't stand Rihanna. Oh. And, honourable mention for Nicole Scherzinger. I feel like that's how you say her surname. She is amazing. Her voice is gorgeous, and I did enjoy the Pussycat Dolls when they were out as well, even though it was basically just her and backup dancers. Listen to her do a performance of the Phantom of the Opera. It's gorgeous. So I do like pop music, just not really that much modern pop music. So yeah, talk to me in the comments about, you know, bands that you were big on as a child, and if you enjoyed any of these bands that I'm talking about today, or solo artists that I'm talking about. And don't hate me for liking pop music, please, because sadly there is that elitist attitude out there that you can't like any genre other than metal. I just love music in general. I've always been a music person. And I'm sorry I've been away for a while. Hopefully the next time I see you I'll have answers. And I'll talk to you later. Bye guys.